What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Kat. This is my channel, and this is arguably the most terrifying video that I have ever made here on my channel in the last 5 years. So, as you can see by the title of this video, I had weight loss surgery. As I am filming this now, I have yet to have the surgery, but I wanted to prepare this video ahead of schedule so it could go up the week I'm having surgery and you guys could have content for the couple of weeks that I'm going to be recovering. You're probably noticing that the comments are off, and that is honestly because I'm scared. I want my channel to be a place where I can share my experiences and hope that they help somebody else, and right now I'm just not comfortable having the comments on for this video. I might turn them on later. If you see them on, then all is fine in the world, but I know that I'm gonna post it and leave the comments off for a while. But I debated whether I wanted to share this or not. I debated back and forth on posting this. It is scary to open yourself up to the internet. The internet can be a really great welcoming place where people can find a community that they have never had access to before, but it can also be a place that can rip you up and spit you out and make you feel worse than you ever had before. Some of the nastiest things that people have ever said to me have been here on this channel. Of course, when you do YouTube and you put your life on the internet, you open yourself up to criticism, and you know that going forward, which is why I wasn't sure if I wanted to do this, because the way to avoid that is by not talking about it. But I really wanted to be honest with you guys and tell you what is happening with me, why I'm doing this, why I have done this by the time you've seen it. I started looking into this process a little while ago, and well, a while ago, but as I was going through YouTube to look for other people's experiences, I found quite a few channels of people sharing their experiences, but not in the way that I wanted, and that sounds weird, but kind of not as in-depth as I'd like. There are more people on Instagram that have really shown me what the journey is going to be like. I also have family members that have had this procedure done. For the record, I am having the gastric sleeve procedure, not gastric bypass. Bypass is quite a bit more severe than sleeve. And I wrote all of these things out weeks ago, planning this video, and I still don't even know where to start. So I guess we can start with why I want to have the gastric sleeve procedure done. I know I have quite a few people that comment regularly on my channel, or comment regularly on my Instagram that I know follow my channel here, and if you go back through my videos, you can see literally all the different times I've tried to lose weight just in the last 5 years. And sometimes I'm successful, sometimes I'm not. And I just always feel like at some point or another I'm saying, I'm buying this because I hope that I can get into it. I hope I can use it as a goal piece. I hope I can lose weight. I'm working on losing weight. I'm meeting with a nutritionist. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. I did Weight Watchers. I did Nutrisystem. I did the plate method. I did the calorie restrictive diet. I did the let's not eat anything in 9th grade diet, which do not recommend. I feel like I have been dieting since I was 12, and I'm 28 years old. I have been struggling with this forever, as long as I can imagine. I am working with 2 psychologists and a psychiatrist to address the mental issues that are associated with overeating and being overweight, to help reverse the process that I'm in, because the gastric sleeve is just a tool to help me lose weight, but it will not fix the problem. I need to get my brain right, and I think that's where a lot of people disagree with weight loss procedures. My trainer, who was a family member of mine now, he's now my cousin-in-law, I guess, but when I told him I was having the procedure, he was against it until I explained to him everything I'm doing for my mental health to try to get my brain right and get a better relationship with food, and a better relationship with myself mentally. So when I was speaking with my personal therapist, I have a personal therapist who's a psychologist, and then the bariatric center that is doing my procedure has their own psychologist that specializes in bariatric psychology. But when I was speaking with my personal psychologist, she said something to me that really struck home. She said, "When was the last time you were happy with how you looked?" I sat there for a minute. I was really trying to think about it, right? I'm really thinking, when was the last time I liked how I looked? And before I could answer, she said, "Have you ever liked how you looked?" And the answer was no. I think there have been times in my life where I have been relatively happy, but there have never been times in my life where I've loved the way I look. And I know that as a human that looks in the mirror every day, there are always going to be flaws. And there are going to be new flaws that appear after the surgery that I'm going to have to deal with. But I am in a downward spiral and I need help. And the biggest thing that I think should be said is that I am not doing this procedure because I'm giving up. I am not doing this procedure because I'm giving up. I'm doing this procedure because I haven't given up. I'm doing this procedure because I know this is what I need to do to get to a healthy place in my life. This is what I need to do. Most of the people that I have spoken with that are aware that I'm doing the surgery are supportive. My parents took a while to warm up to the idea. Anytime you go under the knife, it is dangerous. Anytime you are sedated, it is dangerous. I have had quite a few surgeries in my life for various reasons, and it is always a danger. My family has been a source of body shaming for a lot of my life. They would never admit to that. Primarily it stems from my grandmother, but my parents themselves are guilty as well. I'm guilty of shaming myself. I'm guilty of looking at other women and comparing myself. But I sat down with my husband and we decided together that this was the best decision I could make for myself, for my health, for our marriage, and for our future children. The heavier you get, the harder it is to get pregnant, and the harder it is to lose that weight after. The bigger I get, the more loose skin I'll have. The bigger I get, the more problems start happening. Obesity is chronic in my family on both sides, and I don't want to have the complications and die like my relatives have, which is why I feel like I've been spending so much time in my life worried about a number on a scale, and I don't want to do it anymore. Now, that being said, having this procedure does not mean I'm just going to be able to wake up and not have to worry about it ever again. What it means is I'm going to have a tool in place that, if utilized correctly, will help me lose the weight I need to lose while I address the mental health issues that I have been addressing for the last 5 years with my personal therapist and now with this bariatric specialist. Additionally, for those of you that have been here even in the last year, you know I was hospitalized last year in August for pulmonary embolisms, which are blood clots in your lungs. The hematologist and a couple of the other doctors that I spoke with did determine that my weight was a factor. The primary factor was that I was taking birth control pills, and those caused the blood clots in my lungs, but my weight was a contributing factor. I have to lose weight. That could have killed me. I could have died. Literally, I had blood clots in my lungs, and part of my lung on the right side had completely, like, deflated. Like I did not have, I was not getting enough oxygen. It was very evident. I couldn't breathe. It was a whole thing. But I have to lose weight. I have to. That was kind of my wake up moment. And that was when I started seeing the nutritionist. And I did lose some weight there. But the last year has been extra rough. Especially. I lost my grandmother March of 19. I was hospitalized August of 19. Brett's grandfather passed away September of 19. Then his mom had a stroke a couple weeks later in September of 19. And then coronavirus hit. Our wedding was canceled. Our dreams were shattered. And the only thing I could think to do was eat. And that's not healthy. So as I ate and gained weight, my depression got worse. And the more weight I gain, the more unhappy I am. And I decided maybe it was time for me to go see the bariatric doctor and just see what would happen. So my plan originally was to go speak with them like first quarter of 2020. Damn it, now I have tears on my eyelashes and it's bothering me. So as we all know, the first quarter and most of the second quarter of 2020 had been totally screwed. So I couldn't even get an appointment until June 3rd with the bariatric surgeon, and that is when the ball started rolling. Until then, I had been researching, speaking to people about their journeys, still seeing my dietitian. They also have a bariatric dietitian because that is going to be a whole other thing. I'm going to have to completely learn how to eat. I'm going to have to relearn how to eat. Things that I could eat now, I will not be able to eat after September 1st, and I acknowledge that. This is not going to be an easy process, but I also chose the gastric sleeve because if I don't do this right, I will gain the weight back. And I acknowledge that. And there's always going to be somebody in the comments where like, this is the easy way out, and you're just going to gain all the weight because you're not addressing any of your issues. It's like literally 2 psychologists, a psychiatrist, 2 different nutritionists, and a team of nurses and surgeons, my primary care physicians, frickin' everyone is on board. But I have to do the work. So that is what I am doing now in preparation for the surgery. This is not going to be easy. I acknowledge it's not going to be easy. But the people that I have connected with that have had success with this surgery, it has changed their lives. And that is what I need. Another concern is having a major surgical procedure in the middle of a worldwide pandemic. This is not something I thought would be happening. I was one of the people that when this whole pandemic originated, I thought, you know, okay, this isn't great, but it'll go away. It's not going away. I now understand the severity of this. We figured that out pretty quickly. But here in the Midwest, we have not been hit as hard as the coasts have, and we've been very, very lucky. And I like to think, at least in my area, we've been pretty smart about trying to make sure that we are safe. But it is a concern. I have had procedures done in preparation for the surgery that required me to be knocked out. So I've had COVID tests. I will have a COVID test 48 to 72 hours prior to my surgery on the 1st. And then from there, I'm not exactly sure what's going to happen. Since when I'm filming this, we're still about a month out. So usually they have someone stay with you and you stay overnight to make sure there aren't any complications. And I'm not even sure if they're going to let my husband stay with me or not. I have no idea. I might have to be by myself. And if that's the case, then that's the case. And that's what I have to do. I'm assuming I'll have to wear a mask the entire time. Most of my other procedures, I was wearing a mask and or an oxygen mask the whole time. So they will, I know they're gonna have extra blood thinners on board for me because of my blood clot issues in the past, but there might be extra oxygen given to me as well, just in case. So I'm not sure what it will look like. That being said, I have pre-recorded a lot of videos for you guys so that you have information and things to watch during my recovery period, which will be about 2 weeks. That is what they recommend for someone with a sedentary job. Somebody with an active job is supposed to have a longer recovery. Even though I'm not working right now, I do have a couple of jobs that are in the works that I may be hired for, and most of them are ready to touch base with me mid-September, which, cross your fingers for me that that goes well as well. Also, that goes well also, but we'll see. But in the meantime, just so you guys know, I wanted to take you along on this process, and I filmed everything just in case I decided to actually put this up on the internet. But I have a whole list of things that will be coming your way, including a sleep study, an EGD, the liquid diet. That's gonna be fun. I haven't done that yet. That's gonna be really fun. The insurance and bariatric coverage and the cost of the surgery. I'm gonna do a whole video on the cost because I feel like nobody ever talks about that. I haven't seen anything like that. I want to do a video about having weight loss surgery and how it relates to body positivity and the body positivity movement. And then I'm also going to be doing monthly check-ins with you guys on where I'm at weight loss wise, and I will be posting a lot on my Instagram. Lots of good content coming your way, but in the meantime, if you have a question or you want to send me some love, if you've been here long enough, you know how to get a hold of me. I respond to everybody I can, but just to keep YouTube a safe space for right now, I am leaving the comment section closed for the time being. So if you liked this video or you support me, be sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll catch you in the next one. Love you, Warrior Crew.